Yesterday I put up a couple of videos just updating um, where I'm at, what this year has been about, and I'm just gonna follow through from that theme on a couple of thoughts tonight. Um, One of the things I've had to do this year is really decide more consciously um, where I spend my time, especially in terms of who I spend my time with, um, in terms of career and profession. Um, I was working with a company that seemed to be largely occupied in a lot of office type politics. A lot of time spent on, by people having to watch their back, people going after each other's jobs, and often going after people in a kind of a cynical way. And I found I was spending way too much time concerning myself with everybody's political agendas, and now I've not lived in a fantasy land. I've operated in political environments before, but in D.C., overseas, with some fairly high-level institutions, where when people are playing politics, there's really something at stake. But when you're talking about running restaurants, it's there's only so much politics that's going to make sense. It's about giving people a good meal and letting them enjoy themselves with good food and beverage and an element of entertainment. So it got to a point where it was just ridiculous for me to be spending as much time both on the job and personally concerning myself with people's petty political agendas. And so I'm moving on now to a restaurant that actually is in the business of running a good restaurant at a profit. What a concept. Another area where I had to really make some clear-cut decisions about how I use my time and who was with family, with all the family health crises this year. I ran into a problem both doing everything I had to do as like a primary provider in family health and recuperative care, and a lot of demands on me by well-meaning relatives, other family members who wanted me to explain what was going on every step of the way, and seemed to have wanted to second guess me on just about every minute detail of the process. And so I've had to not only become more assertively unwilling to waste my time with them, but also be more clear-cut with them about not just avoid communication, but more proactively let them know I'm not going to answer to you. I've got to do everything here myself, and I'm not going to be second guessed on the things that I have to exercise my best judgment about on the fly. So with all the running around between pharmacies and hospitals and aftercare and doctor's offices, and not to mention keeping up a household all by myself, I kind of had to tell relatives who I'd usually have a more delicate touch with, sorry, you're not going to hear from me except when I choose to let you know what's going on, and I'll do my best, but don't call me. I'll send you an email. It's sometimes a Libra, and I am a Libra, can really be diplomatic to a fault. And this year I had to get to the point where I feel comfortable being blunt at times. And I'm getting used to it. After a while, it kind of feels good. In my personal life, well, a lot of the pet projects I've had going, I had to drop, and others I've kept going, but more or less on my own terms. And the point of distinction where I draw the line is where I get the feeling that people are trying to engage me in some project with their own agenda, where they don't listen to my side of setting terms. If it's one way, if it's one-sided, if it's lopsided, then I draw the line, and I just don't make myself available. And it's gotten easier and easier for them to say, for me to say to them, these are my priorities, and this is the direction that I'm going to be going, starting yesterday. And I've learned that over the years and gotten better and better at it, but I find it's a recurring theme where I do have to remind myself to set terms, how I'm going to make my time available, because people are only too willing to steal your time. And I lost a lot of friends early in life. I don't need to be I don't need to be in this retirement town where I'm living now to learn about how short life can be.